can't lose. No, we can't lose.
Enjoy it while it lasts. Gambling gods, fickle bunch. Oh yeah, so easily
We
affected.
have a shooter and a good one coming out for a new point. Get your bets down, ladies and gentlemen. He's a rolling point is 9, place 9. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen.
They bet on absolutely anything. Don't make them prove.
I was like, so what else did you do while you're in town in the Quad Cities? And she was like, oh, we haven't left the casino. And that was their 4th day.
You're tuned in to Gambling with Good JuJu.
Welcome in, everybody, to Gambling with Good JuJu. The show with all the excitement of playoff hockey and none of the flops of NBA defenders. Hey, while we kick things off, do us a favor and head on over to YouTube or your favorite podcast platform and give us a like, follow, subscribe, all those buttons to let them know you appreciate what we're doing. Give us a follow on the socials at Good JuJu Bets. And if you really like us, then head on over to goodjujubets.net, click on the merch shop, and show your support. Sound like a good idea?
Yes, everyone, please.
We've got an update on that, folks.
Oh,
Yeah. Someone clicked on the merch shop.
oh, yes. Yeah.
Today, if you can't tell, we are riffing with each other. That's right. Juice has not one, but 2 trip reports for us. And Breezy, well, let's just say I want to hot take a sports list for one important reason. My favorite sports leagues are evolving. So we're talking our ranking of the 6 best American sports leagues and why others are not included.
Oh,
Yeah. Before we get into those topics, it's house cleaning time. First up, shout out to Clarence in Baltimore picking up a hat from the shop. We appreciate the support, Clarence.
thank you, sir.
We really appreciate it, and I'm sure you will have very good juju on your next trip to the casino. He's more on the casino side of things, correct?
I don't know.
He was looking for some dice hats.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know, Clarence.
Yeah, we'd love to hear more about it. Also, in addition to that, we've launched a voicemail service. If you head on over to goodjujubets.net/message, we would love to hear from you. Questions? Trip reports? Just want to say hey? We want to hear it, so hit us up. Speaking of which, we have a message from Mike. Roll the tape.
Does Pars Dice in Peoria have Buffalo Ascension slot machine?
Hey, thanks for the question, Mike. Let's go ahead and answer that. We are happy to report that the Paradise has 3 Buffalo Ascension machines. Here's hoping you catch it with your AP play. Good juju to your chase.
Yeah, I'll have to show you them next time you're around.
I mean, I am excited to go check out the Buffalo Ascension machines. You hit an AP slot. Teaser.
Play again.
Teaser. All right, folks, let's get into this juice. Why don't you kick us off with 20 solid minutes of trip report?
Good grief. Yeah, so I did make, since the last time we recorded, multiple trips over to my home away from home, the Quad Cities.
Yes. Did you stay overnight either time?
No.
These were day trips. I like
Day
it.
trips,
I like
yeah.
it.
I mean, it's a short enough trip, right?
What's
It's
your
like,
drive time?
120, 115.
115. Okay.
Yeah,
So I'm doing it 110. Let's just be honest.
right. I'm not.
Right.
Anyway, so I did a midweek trip and a Saturday trip. Like you said, both day trips.
Okay. Why 2?
Right. So mission on the weekday trip was to try to earn a few tier credits over at the Isle for some upcoming Vegas trips. Because it's a casino, Caesar property.
Does that mean I might be getting a discount in August because of this trip you made?
Well, discount on what?
Wherever we're staying for the bash?
Yeah. Well, of course, I'm going to get a room on the strip at the Caesar's property for sure.
There's no Caesar's property downtown.
No. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So it's not super helpful in that regard, but
Come on, Boyd.
yeah, he's going to hook it up.
Sure.
So anyway, but I think at this point in my life, I got to be honest, and I'm not going to only go to one casino when I go to the Quad Cities.
Yeah.
right? I mean,
That's
a
the
long
beauty of the
drive.
Quad Cities.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we give a lot of love to Quad Cities. And now that we realize it's a hub, it's a hub
It's kind
for
of
gaming.
Yeah.
For cheap gaming.
Yeah. So I stopped by first at the Rhythm City, which, we went to a month or so ago.
Wait, you went to Rhythm City first?
Yeah, for
Even
sure.
though
Yeah, I
you
did.
were going for the tier credits.
So I went and I had free play and free food at the Rhythm City, and I didn't think the craps table opened until 3 at the Isle. So I stopped at the Rhythm City first.
Okay.
Happy to report their craps table was open.
Okay. Do you know what time they open at Rhythm City?
I don't know, but I was there at midday.
Midday?
Yeah. So they were open.
What's midday? What time did you
Noon.
get there? Noon?
Noon, 12:30, something like that, right? The first stop was I just cruised around a couple slot machines. I've got them down now. The handful I know, right? Especially the ones that they actually have in the Quad Cities.
So how many do you know now?
I would say I know like 5.
5? Okay.
Where I know the states and I know, right?
Okay.
Can recognize them from across the room, right?
Yep.
So Buffalo Ascension, I walk up. They've got 2, I think, which is the one Mike asked about. And Wizard of Odds says it's advantage state at ways to win, or however it's worded, at 3136.
Okay.
It was at 4100.
Whoa.
So I was like, yeah, let's go. And it was the lowest denomination, which helped, right?
Right.
So it was like the least amount of money I had to actually bet to try this.
Right.
So I put $20 in. 3 spins, I get all the free spins. Give me like 8 free spins. I'm like, oh, it works, right? Awesome.
Yeah.
And I get more free spins while the free spins are going, and blah, 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 blah. It's like, oh, yeah, it won like $7.
Okay.
But I noticed it's still at 4,100 on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I keep going, and 2 more spins, I hit the actual feature, which was awesome.
So what does that mean when you hit the actual feature?
Oh, it's like there's, I don't know, buffalo start running around and stuff. I don't know exactly what the hell was going on, but there's some stampede feature, it's called.
Okay.
I thankfully hung around, hit that, and I made like $19. So
Is that on the low end of what you could have gotten from that stampede?
I have no idea, right?
You have no idea.
Yeah. Like I didn't get the minor jackpot or anything like that.
And you were playing max spins on the lowest denomination.
Yeah, I think so.
So what's that come out to per spin?
I don't know, like $1.
Oh man. So you did great.
Yeah, it was hella cheap.
If you won, how much did you win overall?
$19, something like that.
$19.
It was like just under, like I spun a couple times after the fact, just to run it. And then it was like around $40.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I couldn't be more pleased to see
our
one through the hoop.
That's
Yeah,
our first one through the hoop.
totally.
Good job.
Yeah.
Way to go. Only a little jealous I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, good work.
So that was awesome. I do want to say, I also we talked briefly about the 2-bit strategy at the craps table, $5 craps table. It is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Kind of wore the dealers out a little bit. They couldn't really keep up with me, but there were a couple other players.
Let's give a shout out where we heard the 2-bit crap strategy.
Yeah, Casino Quest. Thanks, guys, for that one. It is a $5 table strategy kind of by nature.
Yeah.
So you can't really play it at the Paradise.
Yeah. But you know what? At a $5 table, there's plenty of those around here.
It is my new favorite way to play. I've done it 3 times now.
Will we find $5 craps on the Fremont?
Downtown Grand. Shout out to Downtown Grand.
Grand. We can go run it there.
Yeah, and maybe the El Cortez on the digital table.
Yeah. So, folks, go check out Casino Quest 2-bit strategy on craps. It was fun. How'd you do with it?
I did awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was like 20 minutes. I won like $100.
No wonder it's such a good strategy.
Yeah. Now the other 2 didn't go out that well, but it is not for the, this is your first day playing craps. This is not for you. You got to know your presses, and it's pretty aggressive. We'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, successful there. And roulette wheels weren't open midday. So it was weird. But Rhythm City, let me just say, they had plenty of dealers, plenty of tables open, some carny games, blackjack, all that. That's all I did, though, because I was like, well, it's not going to get any better than that here.
Right.
So I better get to my actual destination.
So you win $19 hitting an AP slot and then turn around, run a brand new crap strategy thanks to Casino Quest that nets you plus 100, and you say, I'm out the door.
Out the door, yeah.
Wow, that is a session.
I was a little fatigued, like trying to keep up with the strategy myself, because it's my first time working the mechanics. I didn't even crap see it or anything, and the dealer was having a little trouble. We ran into a couple of roadblocks, but anyway, all in all, was awesome.
Great.
So
Especially that you did it on a dollar denomination slot machine and a $5 craps table.
yeah,
How long were you there?
couldn't be any more like counting my just wandering around, killing time in between, and getting a couple of coffees, like maybe 40 minutes.
I mean, that's an efficient.
Very
casino
efficient,
trip.
right?
Good
Yeah.
job.
Too bad I can't go there every day. All right. So
Yet.
so then phase 2 of the trip was going to the Isle of Capri for the 5 times tier credits. And I got to say, not my best experience there for sure.
What happened?
So I get there and the kiosks are all down to like actually initiate the promotion.
I did see you put out a tweet about that.
And it's like, okay, obviously these people could figure this out. So I go to the cage and the lady was just like, yeah, dude, you're the 72nd guy to ask this and I can't do this. It's like, okay, sorry. So that was a letdown to start.
How busy is it?
Dead.
Really?
Yeah.
And what's the tier bonus credit?
Like 5 times.
5 times?
It wasn't like anything crazy. So there's literally just 2 blackjack tables open. No roulette. Craps doesn't turn out to open until 6. So it's like, this is a total dud.
Craps doesn't open until 6.
6 in the midweek, yeah.
Wow.
Which that was kind of the whole point, was like I was going to get there right at 3, get on the craps table, get these tier credits, bet my, $50 thing and see how many points I could really get. So instead I just like played some blackjack and didn't win any money. They had the Cubs game on. That was fun. But yeah, it was not the experience I was hoping for sure.
What dollar value on the blackjack table?
I mean, I was playing $5.
It was a $5 blackjack.
Yeah, they had a $5 blackjack table and a $10 table, and everybody's at the $10 table. Nobody's at the $5 table. I'm like, sure, fine. I'll play it's 3-2, so who cares, right? I did talk to some older folks who were from Pittsburgh,
Okay.
and they had gotten to the Quad Cities via the Caesars Rewards Air program I'm always talking about.
Yeah.
Where it's like $50 a person and you fly to a casino and go to a hotel for like 4 or 5 days. It sounds awesome. They said it's awesome. They've done it multiple times. Played a little blackjack with them. I was like, so what else did you do while you're in town in the Quad Cities? And she was like, oh, we haven't left the casino. And that was their 4th day. I'm like, well, you might want to get out there and see something else. So that was kind of funny.
That's great.
Yeah. But then, on the
They
other
had
hand,
no plans whatsoever. So they literally are taking these trips for the casino.
they didn't even know there was
I'm
other
thinking in
casinos
my
there.
head, like, that's a great scam. You can use this to get your flight and hotel on the
Yeah.
cheap
Yeah.
and then do whatever you want. Go hit the casino a couple times and go see a town.
Yeah. And I was like, there's 3 casinos here. I don't even think they knew there was 2 other casinos.
Did you give them a sticker?
I did. Yeah.
Good, good. If you're checking
if
out
you're
the
listening.
show, couple in Pittsburgh, we're not meaning
Yeah.
to make fun of you. I'm sure you had a great time.
Yes.
Get out of the hotel and casino. It's a beautiful river city.
I'm sure they got a great pool at the Isle of Capri, but
Fun fact, the Quad Cities is 5 cities.
5 cities. Yeah.
5 cities. The Quint cities.
Yeah. And also, link in the show notes, we did a whole tour of all the casinos.
Yeah.
So there you go
Check out it.
for next time. So it was fun talking to them. They're like the only people I even talked to the whole time at the Isle of Capri, other than the dealers.
Okay. How long were you there?
An hour.
So you did like less than 2 hours of total gambling between
Yeah,
two
probably.
casinos?
Yeah. They did. The kiosk did open up eventually. So then I like went back to the blackjack table and played again and got like 2 tier credits. But whatever. It was fun. It was worth the day trip for sure.
Sounds like a good one. Drives were smooth both ways.
Smooth as silk. Yeah.
Smooth, right down 74.
Yeah. So yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Also, unbeknownst to the dealer, I was like, why is nobody playing the $5 blackjack? She's like, oh, there's a little bad juju on this table. And I'm like, well, excuse me.
Excuse me.
And I showed her my hat. She's like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, yeah, this table's full of good juju. And she was like, I don't really want to talk about juju. I got friends that are into witches and stuff. I was like, okay. Read the room, lady. Yeah.
This was at Isle, not at Rhythm City.
Isle of Capri.
Oh.
So, all right.
I didn't have a great time at the Isle.
I got to
either.
tell you, Rhythm City is my number 1 for sure now.
Oh, good. That was
Yeah.
my number 1. We are now in consensus on our favorite Quad City casino.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, give or take Not a great experience at the Isle. Had a great time at the Rhythm City.
More excited to go back to the Isle or to the Wild Rose in Clinton?
Oh, good question. Yeah. Well, there's no slot opportunities at the Isle of Capri. So
yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah.
I tried to do that walk too.
Yeah, there's nothing there. So definitely Wild Rose.
That's what I spent the most time doing when I was in a complete daze at midnight and we were at the Isle and you and Dan were still playing craps. And I was just like, are we done yet? Not recording anything because we forgot to record anything.
It was a long day.
Yeah.
It was a long day.
We've got ideas for the next one, folks. It's going to be good. The next one's going to be good.
It's going to be so good.
It's
Part
so
2.
good.
Yeah.
So good.
Okay. So then a couple days later, I go back and do the same thing. Rhythm City, get my free play,
Okay. Now, why do you go back? What day? So now you're on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Right?
Mission accomplished on Saturday. The mission to accomplish on Saturday was to get, obviously, back to the Isle of Capri for the casino promotion, which was an air fryer.
Okay.
My first kitchen appliance.
Yeah. This is
and I
this
can
is
tell
the
you,
best thing.
Yeah. My wife was super excited for me to go. So I had a green light and
go get
ripped
it.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask a question. One, how did you win? How do you qualify for a free air fryer?
Yeah, I got an invitation. It was like an invitation thing for Diamond and above something or other. It was definitely not like everybody could get one. You had to print off a ticket at a certain time and then go get in line. But I qualified and I got it and we used it twice already.
Nice.
It's awesome.
All right. So you go for the second trip. You go to both casinos again?
Well, I got there a little early. So I go hit up the Rhythm City again.
So you go to Rhythm City first again. And how did that go?
Went great. No opportunities on the slots I found, but totally grooved the 2-bit. So like I got it down. The dealer had it down. We were totally in sync. It was awesome.
Up or down it?
Just down a few dollars, like mostly my tipping.
Okay.
So no complaints on that. Played for a while. It was great. Got down to where it was just me. And it's kind of too aggressive to just play it by yourself.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to shoot the whole time too.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it, had fun. But that was it at the Rhythm City. And then I go to the Isle. Of course, the craps table's not open yet, but at least the kiosks work.
Wait, what time is it on Saturday?
So I show up around 2 because I think I got to print the ticket at 3. So like there was a little bit of a schedule, but the craps table did open at 3 that day.
Still. And let's get some craps going, folks.
Yeah, again, like they had only 3 tables open. They had a roulette wheel open and 2 blackjack tables. I did do my new little blackjack strategy a little bit during these sessions, better than the first time.
Is this where you're less aggressive?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Cubs game didn't distract me, so it was a little bit more civil. I actually put some money in my pocket this time, so that was good.
Good.
Also, I did check the video poker pay tables at the Isle of Capri. This is kind of interesting. So the quarter games, because we were just talking to Michael Shackelford about video poker, the quarter games, the pay table was 7-4, right?
Okay.
And the dollar games, the pay table was 9-5 in the high limit. But the interesting thing is, like, I don't know which is better necessarily.
Wait, what's better? Well, I know, like
9-5 is better by de facto, right? But I guess, is it better to play?
I don't know what's better. Like, is it up? Is a bigger fraction or a smaller fraction better?
Well, that's like the payout for like full house and flush or something. Is those 2 numbers? So it's a 9 pays on one game and a 7 on the other.
Okay.
But the whole point of the video poker game is you have to play max credits to get like the bonus if you get the royal flush.
Okay.
So that's where it's like, well, is it better to play $1 on the quarter machine or $1 on the dollar machine? That's kind of the question we got to figure out a little bit.
I've always learned the most important thing is to play max credits.
Right. So then you got to play the quarter machine, even though it pays.
Play the quarter machine. No. You got to grow a pair.
Yeah, get your $5 hand video poker.
$5 video poker hands going.
Love it.
For that definite edge we can figure out.
Yeah.
Now, did you know what you were going to hold and save?
Oh, I didn't play at all.
But were you considering playing?
Oh, no.
No.
I've done no research, and I'm still a considerable novice at video poker.
Are you considering doing more research after that Michael Shackelford interview, or did he make you go, well, I don't really need to know how to do this?
Yeah, I think I could casually play while my wife was waiting for a drink either way.
I think that I am going to try to read on it.
Yeah,
because why not play it a little more efficiently?
Sure.
So,
okay. Did get to play craps there. Christian is an absolute rock star dealer. I got to kind of play just on the side with him. He's been there every time I played craps. he got the 2-bit strategy down pretty quickly.
Nice.
And then it was kind of funny because there's a lot moving around. So it's like, okay, what are you doing, pal? You keep changing your bets, right? And the box was like, he's playing kind of aggressive, isn't he? And Christian's like, I'm not sure he's playing aggressive enough. Like they couldn't figure it out, which was kind of funny. And then he's like, oh, he's getting all his money out. And then he's just like power pressing everything. And Christian's like, yeah, that's kind of how you're supposed to do it, but nobody does. So it was really funny because the dudes on the other end, they're playing like they're placing 2 numbers for $5 and that was it.
Yeah.
And I got like all the numbers at this point. And,
Yeah.
Going up and stuff. So it was fun. And I appreciated that they were like, 1, could figure it out really quickly. And 2, like commented on how unique it was at that table.
So
somebody didn't even do it.
Did the power pressing go well?
Yeah, it goes awesome. Like all you need is like 1 half okay hand and you get all your money back. It's really fun.
Awesome. All right.
So that was that. But let's get to the grand prize here.
Okay. What's the grand prize?
The air fryer.
The air fryer. Oh, we haven't covered the air fryer enough. I agree.
So it's like, okay, I got to wait to print my ticket. Everybody that's 7 stars gets to print their ticket and go get their air fryer first.
Okay.
Right? Of course, because they have a better status. And so I'm like, oh, crap. Am I even going to get one of these things after all this?
You got your fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So like you're ready to like horn out of the way some old lady.
Exactly.
To get
right?
further in line.
Like I can't, or I have to go buy
I don't
one.
care about you. She's like bumping into the back of your leg. Like, you sure you want to stand in front of me? You sure you want to stand in front of me?
Yeah.
Like, lady, just get off me.
Get off me. Yeah. Or it's like I got to go stop at Walmart and buy one on the way home, right?
But, no, honey, I won one. I swear.
I go behind the curtain. And it's like, okay, they got like 2,000 of these things. I'm definitely going to get one. Like they probably still have some. So I go like print my ticket, and then it's like now there's a line forming. And it's like I'm not going to wait in this whole line. So I wait a few minutes, and then I get behind some people and just start talking up the lady in front of me. It's like, what's going on here? We're waiting in line for an appliance. Let's chat. She's like, oh, well, I'm just saving the spot for my mom. She can't stand that well. I'm like, well, there are seats everywhere. We're sitting in like the slot machine section, right? And she's like, yeah, well, I'm gonna go get her. She's on Buffalo Gold, on her machine. So they were just like, taking turns. They didn't want anybody else to play the machine because it's about to hit, right?
Right.
Yeah. So
any minute. That
was kind of funny. And then we get it, and it's like, cool. Got an air fryer, put it in the car. Everybody walking out is like joking about how we're all dumbasses. Going to the casino to get this air fryer, yet here we all are doing it, walking to our car to put it away.
But you're feeling so good.
Yeah,
you are feeling great.
Yes, I was like, yeah, this is awesome.
So I got to know your session Saturday. Did you end Saturday gambling up or down?
I all in at all the casinos. I ended down about $35.
For just Saturday or both days?
Just Saturday.
Just Saturday. $35. That is a well worth it air fryer.
Yeah, at least I looked up the retail today. It's like $95.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's awesome, right? Got the free food. Oh, not to mention, got like my cheap gas in Iowa. So that was awesome.
Got my cheap gas. That's basically cheaper than driving to Iowa.
Yeah. So the family was excited. We've used it twice, etc. So what? All right. So I already said like Rhythm City is my number 1 in the Quad Cities.
Yes.
I do hope that Caesars, if you're listening, Mr. Caesar,
probably Julius,
continues to try to nurture this relationship with me, not only locally or nationally, because I do want to keep going to the Isle of Capri and playing craps there and stuff.
Yeah. And that is far and away. How many Caesars? Is there a Caesars property in Chicago?
Yeah, the one in Indiana.
The one in Indiana. Okay.
That we went to.
So we got to go to Indiana or, got it.
Yeah, there's kind of a lot around here.
There's one down in St. Louis.
Yeah, Metropolis.
Yeah.
So there's a lot around here that could, try to give me some appliances.
Yeah.
If you're listening.
I guess we are talking to Caesar of Bettendorf.
Right. Yeah.
Not Caesar of overall.
So, all right. I got a little word problem here for us to sort out.
Okay.
This is like the school. It's like the trains. I'm talking about like, oh, the train's going so many miles an hour and has so many.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So I got 2 characters here, right? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So Peoria Paul. He lives in Peoria. Gambles okay. Doesn't get anything from his local casino because he goes all the time and his ADT is really low.
Okay.
When he goes, he gambles at $10 or $15 minimums
Okay.
for 2.5 hours.
Okay.
All right. Now we got Quad City Carl.
Quad City Carl.
Now, Quad City Carl, despite his name, also lives in Peoria.
Right.
And gambles okay.
Of course. That's why they call him Quad City Carl.
Right, because that's where he gambles.
Yeah. Peoria Paul just happens to be in Peoria.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so he does get some free play.
Okay.
Free food.
Okay.
Occasionally a free room from his favorite casinos in the Quad Cities.
Right.
He has to drive to gamble.
Yes.
1 hour, 15 minutes each way. Gambles for an hour and a half, where he goes and plays lower limits
Right.
of $5 and has multiple casino options.
Right.
So who is winning at the casino lifestyle between those two, and who might have a bigger bankroll at the end of a session?
I'm going to assume Quad City Carl
Yeah.
is crushing it.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Right. So,
Am I wrong?
no, I mean, it's just a hypothetical.
Oh, it's a hypothetical.
Right? Yeah. Right. These are two made up people.
Well, he's got the better name.
Yeah.
Quad City Carl's crushing it.
So I guess what I'm contemplating is, do I really need to go to the Paradise so often?
I mean, that's what I assumed. I assumed both Peoria Paul and Quad City Carl were real juicy.
Bingo.
Yes. Your Quad City experiences are definitely more fun. I mean, going. Okay, we have to mention this?
Yeah.
We heard the rumor.
Oh,
Paradise Casino opening 6-5 blackjack tables.
crazy town.
6-5 blackjack tables
Yeah.
now.
I hope it's
at
not true.
the Paradise in East Peoria.
Talk to the casino. If you are listed in Paradise, this is
If
crazy.
you are listening, Boyd Caesar, what are you doing? Come on.
I can't believe this is like the way that they're going to add a digit.
You think you're going to get demand? Like, that's like, you don't have to hose over your customers when you're already appealing to such a,
Yeah.
low key crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not in competition with all these other casinos and everyone's just coming for the fun of it, and you can disguise your stuff like they do in Vegas.
Right. Yeah. That's crazy.
So that stinks.
That stinks. So one more reason to drive to the Quad Cities, I say.
I mean, at the end of the day, I like going to the Paradise because we know the people there.
Yeah, we know all the dealers now. That's fun.
That's fun. It's the local spot. But I'm definitely more excited to go to Rhythm City
Yeah.
every time. I mean, Rhythm City is a fun night out with guys or girls. You know, like you're going with your wife. They got a band right there.
That's a fun spot. So I hope they continue to try to nurture the relationship with Quad City Carl as well.
I hope that.
Thanks for having me.
I hope Peoria Paul gets a new casino.
I hope he gets a second option.
I hope he gets a casino on the Peoria side of the river.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. I hope someday you get a kitchen appliance from a casino.
I look forward to it. I probably shouldn't be trying to reach second status on Boyd and should be going for it maybe with Caesars.
Well, that would give you a lot more options. Well, whatever.
I think what it really is are you getting Rhythm City offers left and right?
Just some little tiny ones. Just little dibbles.
Little dibbles. It's the Caesars property that you're getting all the good stuff.
Yeah, because I have the credit card and we go to Vegas and we have these big sessions and
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for
right.
listening.
Yeah. Hey, great work on that trip report, sir.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. All right. Time to move on to our newest segment, Hot Take City.
Hot Take City.
I'm ready to hot take the awesomeness of the various sports leagues we Americans really care about.
Okay.
First, let's talk about what sports leagues we don't care about. We definitely don't care about NASCAR. Juice over here pretending that the Daytona 500 is as popular as the NCAA basketball championship. What was up with that? Like, were you trolling me?
No, I didn't say those words, but
You were like, oh, come on. NASCAR is bigger than these sports.
I'm pretty sure NASCAR gets better ratings than hockey.
Ooh.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't know about that.
They sell more t-shirts.
I don't know about that. I disagree with it, but we're here to discuss it. We're going
All
to
right.
stick to the 6 big leagues. And since you had to ask me what they are,
Yeah.
I'm going to inform everyone the 4 major professional leagues are the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, and Major League Baseball.
Okay.
Those are the four. If you have a sports equinox in the fall,
Yeah.
that's when all those sports are playing. Look, we're going to be having Natron Bets on here like next month
Sweet.
to talk soccer betting and the MLS. No disrespect to the MLS, but come on.
Yeah.
Come on. No.
Sidebar,
Okay.
I'm going to my first professional soccer game this weekend.
Good job.
Yeah.
Red Stars?
Yes, indeed.
Nice.
It's technically just the Stars now, but yeah.
What is that? NWSL?
Yes.
Nice.
And please
Nice.
believe I'm going to be betting the crap out of it.
Yeah, you better be.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
What do they call that? Side lighting,
Yeah.
where you bet on it live,
When you try to beat,
like beat the guy there hitting the button.
Yeah.
Oh baby, watch out.
let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Anyway,
So these are
all right.
the list, the 4 professional leagues,
All right.
plus college football, plus college basketball.
Pseudo amateur.
Now, why are we doing this?
Oh yeah. Okay. Great question.
Yeah.
I'd love to know.
So here's the deal. Here's the deal. I've had some major changes, I believe, in my list. And it has happened this time of year where we're getting into the NBA playoffs. We're getting into the NHL playoffs. We just finished up the NFL season. We just finished up college basketball season. Baseball's just starting. So you kind of got that time for reflection.
It's all fresh.
And I was sitting around today going, man, I'm just not feeling some of this. And I'm really excited about some of this other stuff.
Okay.
And I need to be honest with myself.
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
So let's do this. We're going to start off with our 6th favorite league. Ryan, what is your 6th favorite league?
Number 6, starting at the bottom.
Starting at the bottom.
This is going to be a hot take.
Okay.
College basketball.
Oh my God. This is going to be a great segment. So why is college basketball your least favorite?
So I almost moved it up a few spots because I did kind of get into the Braves this year.
Okay.
And I do think college basketball is moving in the right direction by paying their players and consolidating power, yada, yada, yada. And I bet on it a lot, but I don't ever win any money.
So this comes down to profitability for you, and you don't care about any teams in it outside of maybe Bradley every once in a while.
Yeah. Like, I don't watch it. As avid of a fan of the NBA I am, college basketball is a little slow for me.
So, okay. Before we get to my number 6, I will say this because I think that's a good spot for it. College basketball has me nervous right now.
Oh.
Last year, we lost all of our players on our team. Except
Illini.
one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Brought in a whole new roster. End of this year, we lost 67% of them again.
Oh, geez.
What did we do to replace them? We brought in a 21-year-old who's played 3 years professionally over in Europe.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We brought in a 19-year-old who was in his second year playing professionally over in Europe.
Oh, this is fantastic.
We have currently 4 players with the last name either SIC or VIC.
Oh, my God.
So we're calling ourselves the Fighting Illini Vics now.
That's great.
They are all Eastern European. I mean, we're talking Croatia, Lithuania, the Balkan nations.
Why not, dude? Those guys need green cards.
I mean,
this is awesome.
It is a full-blown professional European team Illinois is going to be playing next year.
That's great.
And at the end of next year, they're probably all going to be gone again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know from a fan perspective. Imagine if the Celtics had a completely different roster every year.
Yeah, that would be absolute chaos.
It's chaos.
Yeah.
It's nonsense.
Yeah.
There needs to be some measure of controls around this. I'm not saying you'd go back to the old system where they didn't get paid for all the work they did. I'm just saying maybe NCAA, before I have to make some drastic changes to this list again, because I was debating my spot with college basketball, you work on it.
Yeah. Like,
unfortunately, they're at the knees of the federal government right now.
Right.
So,
but they could give these guys like 2-year contracts or something.
My number 6 is the NBA.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
I got to be honest. I'm a Celtics fan. I like to watch the Celtics. I enjoy some games. I love all 6 leagues. None of these leagues are not good.
All right.
But sorry, the NBA, from my perspective, when I watch the games in the playoffs, they still feel artificial to me. Like any other sport where I watch the playoffs, by and large, the fan interaction with the game is intense beyond measure. And in the NBA, like even still, like it just doesn't feel like that. Like that's part of what I love so much about college basketball is the intensity of it all, like the experience, the intensity.
Yep.
And it feels like it's still a little artificial in the NBA for me. Right now, we're in April and I'm watching these games and I'm like, do these guys even care?
You got a 50-point loss in the playoffs. Yeah. So I'm not going to do my pro NBA thing now because that wouldn't be appropriate.
Right.
But I am going to share like the series, 7-game series for every playoff is a lot.
It is a long playoff.
Like this is obviously a cash grab for commercials. Not all these teams need to play each other for 7 games. So that's kind of right. Like the playoffs don't need to be 3 months long.
It feels like I spend all season waiting to watch basketball in June.
Yeah, exactly. Now also like we don't need teams trying their absolute best to lose, and that's becoming a big problem in the NBA. I will say that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Moving on. What's your number 5?
Number 5, college football.
College football. That's a hot take. Okay.
Yeah.
Why college football Saturdays in the fall is one of the most magical, glorious times of the year. Not for you. Is that your yard work day?
Yeah, that's my yard work day. Yeah, I just got better stuff to do on Saturdays than watch football.
Yeah. So you were talking to me and making fun of what felt like the NHL and the comparisons to that to NASCAR.
Yeah.
Yet you still find the amateurs to be not worth your time in any real capacity.
Yeah, and I tried to do a real, like you said, soul search on this. And it's on Saturday, which is fine. Honestly, like I like the Tuesday, Thursday games more. Like that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love those. And it's like I bet on college football a little because it's football, but I don't really like, I'm not grinding college football bets for sure.
You got 2 channels. It's a Saturday night. It's middle of October. One channel has whatever nighttime college football game.
Yeah.
The other has whatever NHL matchup. You're telling me late October, you're flipping on that NHL game in your mind?
Well, I don't really watch sports. So no, I'm probably not watching either of those things.
Too. I come over and you're watching sports all the time. Is it just because I'm coming over that you turn it on?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm watching the Hand Wives' Tale or something, whatever that is.
My number 5 is the NFL.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. We got to speed this up. We're never going to get through it.
The NFL.
Yeah, please.
I have lost so much interest in, and I
Yeah.
think it has gone with my fantasy football interest. I can bet on any sport now and do anything,
Yep.
so I don't have to go after the biggest league necessarily.
Yeah.
I don't have as much fun betting on it, and the Bears stink,
Yeah.
and they've always stunk, and they're always gonna stink because they're the frickin' Bears.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, I just don't have as much patience after a full day on Saturday watching one of the best sports leagues out there, college football,
Right.
to give my full attention to the NFL on Sundays as well. So I find myself doing more yard work these days on Sundays and not on Saturdays.
Right. That's why the chili's late.
I'm sure most people out there are going to agree with me that
Right,
the
obviously.
NFL is by large measure the 5th best sporting league
Okay.
in the United States.
All right. Well, I'm no comment on this time on that. So let's go to number 4.
Number 4.
All right. Number 4, I'm rolling with the Major League Baseball.
You're rolling with Major League Baseball at number 4.
Yes. And they're lucky they're above these other 2. But it's because they play every day. And so there is a degree of grinding the sports betting aspect in Major League Baseball. There's a lot of data. And, I kind of enjoy the puzzle of betting on it. I don't watch it at all. I haven't watched a single baseball game this year, except for whatever we watched last week while we were writing the stuff. Yeah.
You're too busy going to the casino, and I can't ever go to the casino because I'm watching sports.
Yeah. Priorities.
Go.
So, yeah, I'm going to say that, I
don't blame you.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't blame you taking Major League Baseball number 4. I have my issues with baseball.
Yeah.
Baseball needs to speed it up even more. I mean, I like the speed, the pace of the play. They need more action stuff.
162 games is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, right. But like when I watch golf I'm intentionally watching golf because I want to take a nap or I don't want to pay attention to it or whatever.
Yeah.
Baseball can't let itself fall into that same trap. And it is to a degree that sport as well.
Yeah.
So take a nap too. They need to keep working on that. They need to build the excitement. They need to build up their players. No one cares about Mike Trout. They care about one person in the world, Shohei Ohtani.
Ohtani, yeah.
Ohtani. Maybe Aaron Judge a little bit.
Coast to coast, right? Yeah.
But they got 30 baseball teams, right? Not 32. Yeah. 30 baseball teams.
Too many.
They got 162 games each. They need to have more fun with it. I agree with you there.
Yeah.
I have the NHL at number 4.
Yeah.
And I want this to be noted as a compliment to the NHL. Historically, the NHL would have fallen 6.
Yeah.
And they've been climbing
Yeah.
my rankings.
Okay.
So this is one of the big shifts, right? So NFL 5 years ago, maybe number 1 or 2.
Sure.
And it's dropped all the way to 5 for me
Yeah.
with the ability to gamble on whatever I want.
You just went to your first NHL game?
No. I've been to a bunch of NHL
Oh,
games.
okay.
My kids went to their first Blackhawks
Yeah.
game. And it's awesome, man. It's the last game of the regular season with one of the worst teams in the NHL. The stadium is still pretty much packed. They have one of the coolest traditions. You ever go to a Blackhawks game?
I've never been to them.
They do the national anthem, and rather than everyone, cross their hand over their hearts, everyone just cheers.
Oh.
The whole stadium, and it just rises at certain points in the
Yeah.
anthem. Yeah, America.
Yeah.
It's awesome, and it's fast. NHL is
fast
so fast,
Yeah.
and I would have them at number 3.
Okay.
I feel like there is potential for them to pass MLB, which is my number 3 for the
Okay.
record.
So go ahead and, yeah.
My number 3 is MLB.
Yep.
MLB,
We're close here.
You've been 1 for a long time.
Yeah.
In my life, you've been as far down as probably 4 or maybe 5. You're settling in at 3 right now. I like some of the changes you've made to the game, but the reality is you still need to create more stars. You need to have more fun with it. You need more visibility. Your marketing department needs a really big overhaul, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And let's make a few more rule changes to get this a little more action oriented.
Yeah.
But they're still my number 3. Look, baseball guy.
Yeah.
Right? I coach baseball. I played baseball growing up. It was my best sport by far. And it's the Cubs have been the team that have been attached to me for my entire life.
Yeah.
So love you, baseball. You settle in at number 3, though.
Okay.
What's your number 3?
Number 3 for me is going to be NHL.
NHL. That's not a surprise. That's a big nod for you to the NHL. Is
Yeah.
this because of shots on goal?
This is 100% because of my profitability level on this sports betting. That's all.
Does it actually make you like the league more? Like if you have to sit down and choose a game to watch, let's say you're bored.
I don't know.
Let's say
Yeah.
You're gonna watch a game.
Okay, right.
You really putting on NHL over a baseball game or a college sporting event?
I'm going to say this. I don't think I'm very confident I have never watched an entire hockey game other than the Rivermen.
Oh, wow. I will say right now, this is a hard list for me to do with you. I don't really watch any of these. These all suck.
Well, I got to pick my own criteria for ranking them.
You got numbers 2 and 1 to go, though. That's a big difference.
Right.
So I will say this about NHL. Playoff NHL hockey is amazing.
Yeah, that's fun, right?
I have been totally watching. Right now, if I have to choose, maybe I'm putting on the Cub game over a playoff game that I don't care about that much in the NHL.
Yeah.
But I'm looking for reasons to bet on the NHL right now so that I have the excuse to put on the games.
That's good. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I
number 2.
enjoy betting on the NHL.
Yes, I do too.
Okay.
I enjoy watching it.
Number 2, the NBA, which may be a surprise to you that it's number 2. I don't know.
NBA. Yeah, no, I'm not surprised because this comes down to Bears Celtics, correct?
Give or take.
Pretty much. And so that reveals your number 1 is NFL. My number 6 is NBA. It's your number 2. My number 5 is NFL. It's your number 1.
Correct.
We're still friends. How about that?
NBA, obviously, I'm a big basketball fan in general.
Yeah.
And I enjoy the game and I enjoy the drama of the season. Like, I get that's not everybody's cup of tea. Like, I love the offseason. I love free agency. I love the trade deadline. I love these assholes being assholes. I love everything about the NBA, and it helps that I'm a Celtics fan and they are absolutely crushing the league.
Yes, I think that does help. And I get it. You guys are into the sideshow around. Like you and Stevie, folks who know Stevie.
Big Steve.
Big
Jolly St.
Stevie,
Vic. Jolly
yeah.
St. Vic.
Jolly St. Vic. All you guys are really into the NBA. You talk about it a lot. You sit down and you watch games a lot and you really get into it. That is the last event, the sport that I'm turning on for fun. Like if there's a Cub game versus a Celtics game, I'm putting on the Cub game every day.
Yeah. You talk about like random ass games on. I'm going to watch an NBA game.
You're going to watch an NBA game. That's probably the last likely one.
Yeah.
So, and then NFL number one, it is the gold standard. It is no surprise. It is all Americans except for Breezy's favorite sport.
Yeah. And listen, I get it. Like, I don't love the NFL like I used to. Fantasy football is... if I was a jerk, I would just quit all the leagues.
Yeah.
Shout out all the listeners from our fantasy football league.
We love you guys. Keep listening.
But the fact that supply and demand a little bit, you really relish every football game.
That's what I feel about college football.
Yeah, I get that.
Even though there's a million more of them.
And then
that's what I love. Okay. Well, me.
Hold on. Yeah. And then my whole fall social calendar falls around football. And so that means a lot to me, of course.
It's hard for me to say with a straight face the NFL is 5 when I get to go over to your house every single Sunday to watch Bears games.
Yeah, and you get to watch multiple games and everybody's into it and we all got our parlay cards
but the reality is to me that's the hang. Like it's like the NFL can't hold me hostage over my fandom because I get to go watch games with you on Sundays.
Apparently they can for me.
Yeah. Well, those are good logical choices.
Yeah.
My number 2, and I'm going to go, this could change on a whim.
Okay.
College football 2, college basketball 1. And I will tell you that over the course of the last few years, I have come to discover that nothing is probably more appealing to me than a Saturday in the fall, quad screen on one TV, quad screen on another TV, 8 different games. I got 4, 5, 6 parlays or whatever from different promotions on all the different stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just glutting it out. That moment is number 1. But nothing carries with it for me the passion and the love that goes along with being a basketball fan, with being particularly an Illini basketball fan.
Yeah.
Particularly given, if you know me, my history with college at U of I and what they did when I was there. Shout out Darren Williams and D. Brown. I'm sure all that biases me to a relatively high degree. But at the end of the day, you get college basketball from November through March, 300 and some teams playing Division I basketball. So every night, even on a crummy night, there are 20 college basketball games for you to watch. And on a Saturday throughout the winter when we got nothing else because it's cold and we live in Illinois and we got to be trapped indoors.
Yeah.
I have over 100 college basketball games that I can put on and watch. And for me, all those fans, all the pageantry that goes along with college athletics just really sells it for me. And so I'm sticking there. I will say this, NCAA and college basketball, college sports, figure it out. This whole everyone's transferring, the Tennessee quarterback holding out a spring camp just to have the team cut him as a result. And now he goes and signs at UCLA. The UCLA starting quarterback there enters the transfer portal. And where does he sign? Tennessee. Tennessee and UCLA traded starting quarterbacks for the only reason of Tennessee's, and his name is spelled Nico. I am a Leva. Nico, I'm a Leva. Holds out, ends up, rumors are he made less money to go to UCLA than he was already getting from Tennessee. I don't know any truth to that, folks, but fix it, figure it out. Those are our rankings. We're going to call it there. Anything else, Juice, before we let them go?
good juju to your bets.
That's going to do it for us this week, folks. Next week, we're back with Mark from 360 Vegas talking his new book, From Fremont to the Strip. I can't wait to learn more about how Vegas evolved into the not nearly as cool as it was city in the 1960s. Good juju to your bets, everyone. We'll talk again next week.